Rejection absolutely sucks, but unfortunately it's one of those inevitable things in life and there's just no avoiding it. At some point you're going to be rejected one way or another, whether it's the most obvious one. When people think of the word rejection, they think being rejected by the opposite sex. When you ask a girl for a number, or you ask a guy, does he want to go out on a date or something, and they say no. But it can be small stuff as asking someone to make you a cup of tea and they say no, they reject your request. And there is just absolutely no avoiding it. You're gonna have to go through some sort of rejection at some point in your life, whether it's a minor thing, one of those bigger things that at the time feels embarrassing and hurts maybe a bit more. But you may as well embrace it and accept it, because it's gonna happen. So the more you can accept that shit, the better it's gonna be. I don't believe that it ever feels good. I don't know if I would ever go and go ask a girl out and she says no and then feel like oh yeah, she rejected me, that feels good, I want to go do it again, let's see how many more times I can get rejected today. I don't think it ever gets like that. As with other things that are sometimes hard, sometimes you do a thing that you don't really want to do, it was scary before, and then afterwards you feel great. Maybe with asking a girl, you feel nervous, and even if she rejects you, you feel good afterwards. Not because you got rejected, but because you went and did the thing. So the other side of that is obviously the courageous feeling that you get from going and doing something that you were scared of. But the actual explicitly being rejected, I don't think anybody ever enjoys that. I don't think it ever gets any better than at least being slightly disappointing. And if it still hurts, if it still affects you emotionally, then it's worth seeking out some rejection potentially. Like I say, you go and ask a girl out on a date and she says no. Yeah, you're going to be disappointed. People like getting what they want, for sure. If you ask for something, it's because you wanted it, and not getting it is at least going to be slightly disappointing. But there's a difference between just being like, oh, okay, well, that's no worries, no problems, no dramas. And yeah, you're disappointed, but yeah, like water off a duck's back, that's how it needs to be. So if you're still getting hurt and upset by it, and any sort of negative emotion comes off the back of that, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling hurt, feeling down on yourself, maybe it's worth seeking out some rejection. Maybe it's worth going out and doing some things that there's a 99% chance that the answer's going to be no. I've heard word recently, I don't know how long ago this was, but a guy named Jai Jang, I want to say, I'll probably butcher that name, but I'll put it up in writing. A few years ago, he did something called 100 Days of Rejection. And I don't know whether he did them all in one go, like one day after the other. But there's 100 of these short little videos where he goes out and basically gets rejected. I think there's a few that he actually gets his request fulfilled. But it'll be things like ask for a free coffee at Starbucks, or ask to take an order at a drive-through. Ask someone out to dinner with him and his wife, or one was ask his waitress to dance with him to the music playing in the restaurant. But he goes through, does all these things, seeking out to be rejected. He calls it rejection therapy. I just thought it was a brilliant idea. I might even do my own one of these if I can figure out how to get a kind of semi-decent camera angle without the other person realising that I've got a fucking mobile phone in their face. But if I can figure that out, I'd like to do one of those, maybe just a 30-day one. But I just thought it was a really interesting concept of this guy where just throwing himself through the fire, going out, getting rejected 100 times over, asking for, some of the things are pretty ridiculous, and just getting absolutely shut down. And what it's going to do for this guy after the 100 days, do you think he's going to care whether he has to ask for anything again? Within reason, he's gonna have no fear about being rejected. And that's exactly how I aim to be. Like I said, I don't think it ever gets less than disappointing. But you want to get rejected and just roll off a duck's back. No sadness, no anger, no shame, no embarrassment. Just accept it, embrace it, realize that it's gonna come. So you just gotta get very used to that thing. Very used to hearing the word no. Very used to girls turning you down. Very used to strangers turning you down. Everyone and anything, any circumstance. If you can go through a 30-day rejection, you'll be a different guy on the other side, I promise you.